Oh, it's starting to rain. Oh, should we wait till the rain goes away? When I became a single mom at 21 years old, I thought this is going to be the greatest challenge of my life. 2 years later, when I found out I was a single mom to a child with autism, I thought, now this is going to be the greatest challenge of my life. Kaidale is the best thing that has ever happened to me, hands down. And we've come a long way in 9 years. We've learned a lot. We've cried a lot. We've gone through all the emotions. And I want to make this video to try to help those of you who are just getting that diagnosis for your children and you're entering this foreign and scary world of autism. Getting the autism diagnosis can be very scary. It can be very frightening, especially if you don't know what it means. And for a lot of people, myself included, I knew nothing about autism. I had nobody in my family that had autism. I knew very, very little about it. So it was very scary for me. And first thing is first is you're going to go through stages of grief. And you have to give yourself the opportunity to go through all these stages of grief because you are losing the neurotypical life that you thought your child was going to have. And it's not to say that autism is a horrible diagnosis. It's not to say that your child will never have a fulfilling life, because they will, and so will you. But it's very shocking to the system to get that diagnosis, and you have to allow yourself to go through all the stages of grief until you come out at the end stage, which is acceptance. And that is accepting the diagnosis, accepting your new life and your new norm. And from then on, you can start to adapt and overcome. And believe me, you will. So once you've given yourself plenty of time to properly go through all the stages of grief and fully accept the diagnosis of autism, it's time to toughen up. Life is going to hit you like a train, and so many things are going to happen at once. You're going to just have so much coming your way, and you will come out with the toughest skin that you never thought you had. You are officially a lifelong advocate for your child, which sounds really scary, but trust me, it's not, because you get used to it over time. Depending on your child's ability level, whether they're verbal or not verbal, or minimally verbal, or independent, minimally independent, whatever their ability level is, regardless, you're going to have to be an advocate for your child. And life's hard. Life is hard. Whether you are neurotypical or not, life is hard. Life will try to beat you up, and it's no different for autism, and life doesn't have mercy for autism. So you have got to stand up to life for your child. You've got to be your child's advocate, and you're going to have to get really tough skin really quickly. And that's okay, because you can do it. So you're going to have to do your research. And like I said, when kiddo was first diagnosed, I knew very little about autism. I really had to talk to a lot of doctors, a lot of professionals, a lot of parents, and I had to just dive right in and do as much research and education as possible because I didn't know very much about autism. There are so many forms of therapies and treatments out there, and what worked for us was ABA, which is Applied Behavioral Analysis, and the reason it worked so beautifully for us is because it gave Kaidale so much independence. It taught him so much in the way of communication and life skills, and it really just gave him a ton of confidence and skills that is just lifelong. So that was really helpful for us, but there's other options out there, and you just got to research, and you just got to find out what path is best for your child. Another thing, you guys, is you have to give yourself some grace. So you're doing the best that you can for your child. Parenting is really hard, but being an autism parent is even harder. And you have to cut yourself some slack. You're doing the best that you can. You are researching as much as you can and relying on professionals, and you're doing all the right things. You know what? If you make a mistake every once in a while, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal. You didn't ruin your child. Calm down. You're fine. I think there's so much pressure on being an autism parent that you just want to help your kid as much as possible, and you put so much pressure on yourself. And sometimes you have to remind yourself to just cut yourself some slack and not beat yourself up over every little mistake. A lot of being an autism parent is trial and error. Sometimes I think something is going to be great for a kiddo and it's not. And you know what? That's okay. We try something else. It is what it is. Another thing you have to do to give yourself grace is you have to make time for self-care. This is something that I struggle with, and I'm still trying to work on 9 years into the autism parenting game. But you have to set some time to the side for yourself. Every once in a while, you have to do that. And if you are mentally healthy, your child's going to be mentally healthy. If you're not mentally healthy, your child's not going to be mentally healthy. So you've got to take care of yourself first and foremost. It is a good thing and you won't regret it. And the last piece of advice that I have for you guys is to have fun, because I guarantee you, if anything, you're going to have a good time with autism. Autism will surprise you. It will catch you off guard. It will teach you lessons. And at the end of the day, you will feel so incredibly blessed to be this child's parent. And you will realize that they will teach you more than you will ever teach them. So have fun, have a good time, live in the moment, create memories, embrace it, and have a good time. Okay, so the question of the day, why go inside the slide when you can go on top of the slide? That was so fun, Bubby. I had so much fun at Dunkin' Donuts with you. Cutie booty. It's raining. Have a kiss.